See that hill and the trees in the distance? That's what we're working towards. We've got this RC car which is packed with some really cool technology. We're going to show you how you build it, the tech we use to do it, and then send this thing off on a big adventure while we stay here at home base. G'day, you absolute legends. Stu from UAVfutures here, and let me ask you this. If you are even remotely interested in building an RC car with FPV, this video is going to be right up your alley, and I guarantee you have never seen a car quite as impressive as this. This beautiful shell on the outside, we are doing some very crazy stuff here. We're talking long range, ELRS, without breaking the bank. It sounds amazing. It sounds like we've got a real engine in here. Yeah. We've got like light switches for night driving, digital cameras, active cooling. There is so many things in here that I cannot wait to show you. So if you've ever thought about jumping into RC cars and mixing it with FPV, you are going to have so much fun. And if you're one of the car people out there and you're watching this, you need to see some of the things we talk about when it comes to this radio. Do you know how much RC radios cost? Like for cars, these surface radios, it is absolutely ridiculous. You know, we are so spoiled. I never realized in the drone world, the price of our radios, $200. Sure, get this. If you're into RC cars and you want to buy a proprietary radio, some of those things are like $1,200, $700 or $600. It is absolutely crazy. Now, I'm not saying that that's a scam, but I am saying there is a better way, and that is what we're going to show you today. We're going to be talking about RadioMaster's new Surface radio, doing some really cool stuff for an amazing price, and then we're going to be having so much fun with this beast. We've got some really cool videos to show you. I'm talking like beer deliveries, doing some cool jumps, taking this thing, I drive it out down the road, we see how far it can go. Just all in all, having an amazing time. So if you've ever thought about building an FPV car, or you're into cars already and you need to see a game changer in radios, this is for you. So, with that intro out of the way, let me quickly show you the radio. So what I have here, this is RadioMaster's first entry into the market. They have absolutely smashed it when it comes to a surface radio for RC cars. It's rocking ELRS, which is like the new protocol that everybody is using. It's open source, it's fantastic. I cannot talk highly about that. If you're using Traxxas or any of those other systems, I'm not saying you're getting ripped off, but this is it. Like, it's leaving me speechless. This is the future, I believe. In open source, you're not going to be locked into paying exorbitant fees, any of that sort of garbage. And do you know get this? Do you know that some receivers charge you to unlock them even after you purchase them? I can't believe that. So this right here, you don't get any of that, I guess, I'm just going to say bullshit with this. It just works, right? All right, let's look at the radio itself. Of course, we hold the middle button to turn it on right here, or it's a long press to turn it on and off. It's rocking Edge TX, which, like I mentioned, is an open protocol. We're getting insane ranges with that. It feels fantastic in the hand. It's got a huge battery compartment. I think it can hold like a 5,000 milliamp or something like that battery, or some 18650s, so that's very easy. They're simply stored in the bottom. It's got some nice fancy LEDs and that sort of stuff if that floats your boat, although when you got FPV, that's not what you're looking at all the time. Couple little switches on the bottom, a heap of trims and potentiometers and things like that on the side, and your nice little wheel on the right. Pretty standard sort of layout, and of course rocking Edge TX, which is like a great open source platform to do any programming or anything like that you need to do. If you're using crawlers or like some of those little diggers or something, a radio like this is going to go a long way. Now, the part that I can't wait to show you, while I put that to the side, let me show you this right here, and a huge shout out. We're going to go out to the field and drive the most high-tech car you have ever seen around. This was built by Steve. I believe this is like an old Traxxas car or something that he sort of pulled apart and redid the internals. Of course, we've got a little FPV antenna on the top because We've got our first part that I'm very excited about. We've got a high-tech digital solution on the front. We are using Cadex walk snail, and check this out. One of the things that people don't like when they're doing RC cars is it's a lot more bumpy in that video when you're driving along if it's just mounted directly to the bonnet. Not only do we have some great shocks on here, some nice big soft tires. He has also made a little vibration, see if we can get this in the shot in the roof cam, a fantastic little vibration mount just here, which is also soft mounted on the camera. If I take the top off, you can see this is the other part that I like. If we talk about the digital system right here, we've got a little voltage regulator that he has actually built his own little fan mount on the back, and this means your video transmitter right here, it's never going to overheat. It stays super cool all the time. Even when this thing is sitting in the sun and just waiting around, that can be a huge problem when it comes to our drones. By mounting the fan neatly on the back right here, not only is it really well protected, nothing's going to break. It's not like just a camera bolted to the top. It works. Like, let me tell you, it is fantastic. It keeps everything cool, and it is such a good solution, and it fits so nicely on there as well. That camera system is going to be linked down below. The other part, which is absolutely gorgeous, we've got this big light bar at the front, so if you want to do some night driving, or it just feels so cool to flick the high beams on, he's got it toggled to a switch right here. It's great. So this thing lights up the way if you ever need to do it. He takes us in camping, has a heap of fun exploring. We've got a huge LED light bar on the front. Let's plug this in and let me show you. So turn it on. All right, we're getting some telemetry right there. It does, and I've got to make sure I'm keeping my hands clear right here. It sounds pretty cool, right? Like, I don't know. I'm going to unplug it, but this thing also, when you're driving around, it's hooked up to a little box which makes like speaker noises. Sounds like a real engine, which I think is pretty cool driving around. And it's based on your throttle signal that you're sending to here. So look, it's just a really cool car. It does everything that I need it to do. And I love the high-tech solution and the way that this has been built in the top here. You're not going to break anything. The antenna, like if that part snapped, that is so easy and cheap to replace. The camera is really well protected. It is mounted, so it is going to be not only well protected, but also not getting any vibrations. And the digital solution that doesn't overheat with the fan on the bottom is an absolute godsend. So you don't have to run and be very quick. But look, that's it on the bench. Let's go out. We're going to fly around. I'm going to do some tests. We'll take it upstairs. We're going to do a bit of a range test and see how it goes as well. And then we're going to go out to the field. I've got a really funny little commercial, not commercial, but a really fun little skit that I made cruising this thing around, just having some fun. And if you've never tried FPV RC cars before, watch this. And I guarantee it's probably going to make you change your mind. So let's do it. Let's go have some fun and then come back here and I'll talk about some pros and cons and things I might like to change, that sort of stuff. In 3, 2, 1. Whoop.
I can hear you.
All right. So, right, video's recording. I've got a phone here for communication. It looks good. Let's do it. Going down the driveway. Can you hear the 3-year-old laughing? All right, still pictures crystal clear. Are you good, darling? You following behind?
I'm following behind. Willow's very excited.
Okay. All right. Hopefully that wind doesn't blow that camera off that I'm recording with the GoPro. All right, we're about to cross the precipice. Any cars coming? Is it clear left, clear right?
I can't see any cars on the left and there's no cars on the right.
All right, let's go. I'm staying on the side anyway. Imagine how weird this would look for someone just who was coming over. I'll put the pace on just a little bit. Oh. Okay. Cruise. Does it look weird, this little RC car driving up the road?
It does. We're following along now.
Alright, it does, the camera looks a little bit weird here. Alright, let's see. We're going to be starting to go up the hill. A little bit of breakout. I am getting some range warnings all the way down here, but we'll persist. I think that's more with the video frequency though. Not getting any control link issues. So but the video, it's holding up. We're almost at the top of the hill. You still behind me, darling?
Yep, still behind you.
All clear? No cars or anything?
Not that I can see.
Oh.
It's all good.
Okay, all right. Oh, the video's getting a bit choppy.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh,
What's happening?
it's stopped now. It's going very slowly.
Okay, all right. I think we've behind a. Oh, I'm turning too. I feel like I'm staying in the middle of the road here. Oh, is the video coming?
It kind of just maybe stop here because the car.
All right, can you pick it up? We've lost video there.
Okay, I can pick it up.
Yep. So you probably can't see, but they're out over the top of the hill that's up that way. The radio's going crazy. All right, I'll see when they come back, wherever they are up there. All right, I'm just going to get a head start. I'm going to say, oh, look at that, coming straight back. All right, that feels much better on the control. Okay.
Sorry, I can't see things coming over that hill.
Okay, sounds like another. Yep. Are you still behind me?
Luckily they went around you.
All right.
Okay, I'm coming up behind you now.
Okay. Any cars behind us?
No cars behind us.
Woo!
Are you? Can you see it? Yeah, it's very red, isn't it?
Oh, I went off into the grass.
Oh,
Is there a car coming?
not that I can see. I'm just coming up behind it now, so
Yep. Maybe you're what I can hear.
yeah.
I'm going to try and do a U-turn. Are we good to? Am I good to turn?
Yep, you can turn.
All right.
Hey, look, Willow. No.
The car's going past Willow.
Oh, hello. What?
All right, I'll meet you back up here. I'm going to drive the car back. Thank you.
Okay, no worries.
Bye.
Bye. Well, we better follow it back home, Willow. Need to do rest, I think to restart.
Oh, we're out of battery. That was perfect timing. Radio out here in the field with the MT12, having some fun, and this thing, it feels like a weapon. Like actually,
Such a good radio.
Is it?
It is,
Okay,
yeah.
well that's what we're here to find out, because I'm a car novice, but Steve comes from RC cars, moved into drones, so you're the perfect person to talk about this radio. I'm gonna have a quick little spin, and I have driven this before at my house. It was quite fun. Yeah. Do you just want to take this everywhere? Like if you were camping
That's the
or...
whole point of it. Put that light bar on so you can drive around.
Alright, how do I...
Little switches at the bottom of the radio. All the...
This thing?
No.
Is that a switch?
That is a switch. These two little ones at the front that I put on Stu.
These ones. Wait, you installed them or they come with it?
the radio, yeah.
Oh, there are two options you can use for flavors now.
Oh yeah, okay. Check this out, we've got it set up. It's a bit dark out here, so... If I...
Really, really good at them.
The Canberra.
Very nice. All right. What I am going to do, because look, I don't want to give you the wrong information. I'm not the person who knows about RC cars. I love drones. I do like ELRS. But Steve, should we unplug the car?
That's fine.
Okay. It's not going to overheat
Nah, it's
or
got
anything
fans
like
on
that.
it, it's
All
all
right. What do you like about this radio? What can you tell us about it? If you're into RC cars, what can you tell us with this radio in your experience?
Compared to your normal ready-to-run stuff like Traxxas or even compared to Spectrum, Traxxas, all those sort of surface radios, you try and get long range, you end up putting different receivers in. With Traxxas, around here on open fields, in this area here, I was lucky to get 100, 200 meters with obstructions.
Yep.
This thing here, with the light bar and a walk snail system, I was FPVing around my whole block. I was penetrating signal and controlling through about 10 houses.
Okay.
Got all the way around, no problem at all. Easy setup. A lot of car guys won't be too familiar with the OpenTX system.
Edge TX.
Edge
I know,
TX,
yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
But basically being able to just assign all these different trim switches, whatever you want, to do whatever you want. So light bars, being ERS as well, you can upgrade your receiver in the car to get more channels for running rock crawler lights, dig functions, lock up your back wheels and all that sort of stuff.
Can you normally do that on your normal radios?
If it's got enough channels, yeah.
Okay.
But the fact that ELRS is open source, you can put an 8-channel receiver in for half the price. It's compatible with any ELRS transmitter.
Yep.
And you just...
Receiver? You mean transmitter or receiver?
Receiver and transmitter.
Okay, all right. And what about the price range?
Was it 250 Australian?
Something like that,
It's
yeah.
ridiculous.
Is it?
Yeah, it's so
Because
cheap.
for me, it seems like that's the sort of price we pay for radios anyway. But for you in the car industry,
To get something
RC
with this
cars,
function, nah, not that kind of money. No
Okay.
way. A Traxxas stock replacement radio and receiver is about 200, 250 bucks maybe.
all right.
Yeah.
Nice.
But it has nowhere near the capability of this.
Thumbs up, thumbs down,
Absolute thumbs up.
Okay.
If you're into cars, definitely. Low
Like
latency as well for racing.
Okay.
All good.
All right. Do you want to show us quickly before we go how you set your car up?
Yeah.
All right. So I am going to, can we turn that speaker sound off? It does sound cool when it's going around, but it is hard to, yeah. Are cars very durable, or do they break more than drones? Or it's,
Depends what you do with them.
okay.
This is just a Traxxas / 4x4. I don't know. Done.
All right. So how did you set this up?
Basically, platform is a Traxxas / 4-wheel drive.
Yep.
I've put a different body on, obviously, light bar. With the walk snail FPV, I used a little camera mount from a Gep RC Cinelog, little cinema whoop.
Mm-hmm.
So it's got all the dampening there.
All right.
Being tucked away, if you roll over, the only thing you're going to hit's your aerial antenna. And to keep it cool, simple
Do you
little...
get much jello driving around with it like that? Or
Look,
that's
it's-
about as good as you can get it on an RC car?
I haven't even spent much time on it, so that's the best I've had. I've run analog systems and stuff when I was first starting out,
Okay.
actually when I first met you. But basically, I've got the walk snail VTX.
Oh yeah, nice big fan there,
Yeah,
keeping
fan
it
on
cool.
it. Don't even have to worry about it. Little voltage regulator to run it all. Obviously, they run at different voltages, and then straight off a 3S LiPo.
And how long will you get off of driving on that? What is that, a 3S underneath?
That there's just a 2S.
Oh, okay, man, it's got some go.
Yeah, that's geared down as well, but yeah, 2S, probably 10-15 minutes just cruising around
All right, and where's the receiver?
in here.
Okay, is that like a water? What is this?
It was waterproof.
All right.
In my attempt to try and get more range with your Traxxas stuff and even FR Sky stuff,
Yep.
I drilled a little hole so I could put a bigger antenna up for the radio link.
Yep.
But this little RadioMaster receiver's got the tiny little ceramic, I'm guessing, antenna built into it.
Yep.
No drama at all.
Okay, so that's better than anything you've used
Yep.
so far?
Yep.
All right. If you ever build another car, would you ever buy another radio?
No, we don't have to.
Okay.
Just do not have to. This one, ELRS only. It does have, a lot of guys will have already seen the videos. In here you can clip on like a crossfire module or whatever you want.
Yep.
So if you're running existing systems or you have leftover receivers, chuck them in your car onto a PWM board, crossover board, and then you're just off and running with one radio.
If you were coming into the hobby as an RC enthusiast for cars, and you're talking about a buyer's guide for a radio, would this be the radio you'd recommend to get, or would there be something else?
Look, there's guys that are going to want the real high-end stuff.
How much does that cost?
I've no idea. I've never priced them.
Okay, all right.
Upwards of 500
Oh,
bucks.
okay. I'm talking about people coming into the hobby. Let's pretend I want to get into RC cars.
Stu, definitely get one of these.
Okay.
Definitely get
All
one
right.
of these.
No, it's too easy. All right. Well, thank you very much. Let's go have some more fun, drive around, and
is fun.
see how we go. All right.
Alrighty, so that's it on the bench, our RC FPV high digital high tech car with RadioMaster's Surface radio. Some things I like, some things I don't like. And as a newcomer into the hobby, this is exactly what I need. Not only are we getting a very well-priced radio, like incredibly well-priced for what it offers, it's open source, you don't have to pay any unlocked garbage fees or anything like that with some much more expensive radios out there. It's easy to bind up, get set up, get driving, it feels great in the hands. It might be a fantastic stepping stone into FPV. It was really easy to mod those in. You simply basically got to strap a camera on, and it's up to you how complex or simple you make your solution. I love what Steve's done here, and it's so easy to go exploring. Like, my kids can drive this thing around, where flying a drone, it's a lot more tricky to get that sort of first experience, especially if you're just getting into or just learning FPV. So I got to say, I love it. I think thumbs up. I think Steve's words that he said as well, like he's been in RC cars before drones, like that's his market and that's where he's come from. He's a big fan of this radio as well. So well done, RadioMaster. Thumbs up to him. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this content. If you are still watching, I got to say thank you. Thanks for being here. It really does make a difference. And those few people who are part of my Patreons, thank you so much. If you would like to become one of them, the link is down below. We're all about sharing the passion of FPV, flying around, having some fun, and occasionally doing some car stuff as well, because I want you to have the best FPV experience possible. That's what this whole channel is about. It's just about saving you money, getting up, getting flying, having a great time with this digital tech. And I really don't want you to have to pay exorbitant $1,000 price radios or anything like that, when you can get a very similar alternative that is like a tenth of the price. Other than that, subscribe for more FPV related content, be kind to each other, and most of all, be kind to yourself, because why? You are awesome, you deserve it, and as always, I'm going to say happy driving in this one. Happy driving.